Good day, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. My name is CheefDog74, and let's go into this one then. So we're back on the Food Hop Pursuit for Thursday's video, and yeah, feeling great actually because I've got my first car now. It's a Ford Fiesta diesel from 2004, and yeah, I was expecting it to come today on Thursday, but and I'm recording this audio on Thursday, by the way. And also, this is the game percentage completion. Looking back at the game at 23%, so going strong there. But yeah, really happy with the car. There's a few sort of things that aren't working, which would have been good to work. But overall, it's a really good first car, and I didn't have to pay much for it at all. So. Yeah, happy days. But we have the Interceptor arrest warrant mission event to do, and yeah, hopefully we can get the Subaru Impreza in real life. That would be my dream car, but a good first car is the Ford Fiesta. As we go into the Lancer Evo 10 at night in the rain at 10 PM, 4 roadblocks, 2 EMPs, 2 helicopters, 3 minutes 30 for distinction. Let's get on with it.
Confirmed. Suspect is exceeding all posted limits. Requesting assistance.
Confirmed, Patrol. Interceptor unit en route. Engaging interceptor unit. Proceed with caution.
Yeah, I forgot to mention this, but it's pretty interesting that we're back in the traffic cop cars. It's been a while since we've been in them, but of course we did get the Lancer Evo 10 fairly recently, so it's interesting that we go back. But we're in pursuit of this Porsche here, who has gone into this waterfall area and has clipped the barrier, which made me have to do a handbrake turn and try and figure out where he was before he started escaping. So interesting method, but we lock on to him with an EMP and he's not going to be able to escape from that one. So he gets some slight damage from our EMP, which is good. We also deployed a roadblock up ahead to try and slow him down. I've called in the helicopter just to help us out a bit, and then we try and slam him into the roadblock, which actually gets us an upgraded version of the roadblock after this event, which is cool. The helicopter's spike strip has missed. This fella's deployed his jammer, and for a moment I couldn't see where he was, but fortunately he was going in the correct direction to where I thought he would be. But we get to see a glimpse of level 3 spike strips then, so as I slow it down you can see there that when your spike strips get to level 3 you get to deploy 2 of them from one usage, so it's really good to have that upgrade, and hopefully we get it soon. I was quite surprised to see it at this time, but there you go. As we did in fact get an EMP on the target. There's a roadblock up ahead. We're going to call in the helicopter just in case, but yeah, this fella crashes into the roadblock. We spin it around, give him a tap, and that's him busted. So all in all, good work from the SCPD. Suspect was arrested in a time of 1 minute 41, which is definitely good enough for a distinction award. So good job to us, and a pat on the back all around the station. But we're going to get 2 rewards then. And one of them, of course, is the upgraded roadblock that I spoke about. It's going to be a level 3 upgrade, so let's see what the lady has to say about it.
SCPD close the gap on speed racers. Delivering the most effective and most expensive obstructions. Porsche Cayenne turbos now deployed to add spice to your roadblock. Roadblocks of the SCPD in association with Porsche.
So yeah, quite cool that we're able to get the better roadblocks already. That's quite good. I didn't realise it was actually milestone locked, that one. But yeah, we also get the Camaro SS from Chevy for the police side of things. Of course, we've already used it on the racing side. And speaking of the racing side, we're going to do a racing event called the Prestige, which has us going around the islands and mountains in the top part of the map, which is quite cool. So we only get to choose between the Maserati Grand Cabrio or the Jaguar XKR. So I decided to choose the Jaguar because why not? We've already had to use the Maserati in a forced event. So we used the Jaguar at night, 10 PM, and the goal was pretty simple, just to try and get gold, as usual. I believe there's 8 races. It's 13.2 miles of the almost circuit. It almost links back up. You're basically just a few corners away from it linking back up, but no race in this game is circuit based. It's always point to point. So as we line up on the grid, you can see all of the other 7 other cars, mainly Maseratis and Jaguars, but there's also a few Alfa Romeos in there, as well as one of the not Maseratis, one of the Alfa Romeos decides to go into the sort of shopping centre car park there. He believes that that is the best way to navigate through this place. I can assure you though, it's definitely not the best way as we get up into second, or third, sorry, looking to get into second. There we go, now we get second, and it's quite good that we've been able to dispatch of all these cars quite quickly, because now we're fairly close to the back of this Porsche as we narrowly avoid that fella. So I guess there is another car brand in the mix here that I didn't speak about at the start, but yeah, just looking to try and get on the back of him. But excuse the voice cracks. And as we go across the bridge, we get a bump from behind. We end up hitting a traffic car into someone else, as I tried to avoid it, but there was no room because we had the Porsche there, who actually gets hit by a different traffic car. So it's now become a bit of a 2-horse race at the front, but there are plenty of others behind, as you can see in the rear view mirror and when I check behind me. But yeah, just sticking to the oncoming lane pretty much. We're only a second behind. First, we reached our top speed of about 180 miles per hour as we go around to the lighthouse corner, avoid the traffic car and get into first, and then pull a lovely drift around the outside. Honestly, this game had like pretty interesting drifting physics, but it was actually really satisfying when you got it correct. So yeah, props to Criterion for the drifting in this game. But continuing on then, we're about 2 minutes into the event and we're into first, but there's plenty of other cars behind us, and any sort of mistake that we make, and that is going to be us being swallowed up by that pack. So we need to be cautious as we go through this banked corner. Again, really satisfying to get a good drift off, and then just navigating this corner as well. Again, pretty decent drift, and we started to get a bit of a gap, but you can see on the mini-map that there were 2 people taking a shortcut as we hit that traffic car by accident. I wasn't paying attention at the time, I guess, and now we continue down the road, but that scrub of speed as we've hit the traffic cars cost us a bit, because now the cars are properly behind us, keeping us on, as you can see, 1.15 seconds away. But as we go over the hill, we gain a bit more time on them, but it seems like going through this shortcut was actually a bit of a mistake as we hit the wall there. I guess that doesn't exactly help, does it? But the Porsche from second goes into first, smoking albeit from its engine, and then we get passed by second, and fortunately we were able to pretty much keep with them at this point though, and start gaining on them as we try and make our charge. But there's a traffic car there that we have to avoid, another one, as we go around them. And I genuinely thought that because the guy was smoking, I could crash into him and take him down, but I wasn't able to, as he hits a traffic car actually, and it goes straight into our path, and we get hit from behind from the Maserati. So we are starting to be swallowed a bit here. We're down to third, make that fourth as the Maserati overtakes us, but we're able to get the traction and get some of the boost going, so we can go through the middle of these two, avoid the traffic cars there, drift around this corner, and at 3.7 miles we are back ahead of the rest of the pack. So we're doing okay, but it's not been an easy race, that is for sure, as we head through the Fox Lair Pass, avoid the traffic car again. But then I was caught in two minds here whether I wanted to take the shortcut or not, and it ended up just deciding to crash into the barrier instead. So I wouldn't recommend that if I were you. But yeah, you can see we're down to 2.8 miles, 4 minutes 30 through the event. We're in 4th, so it's not looking particularly great so far for us to try and get a win or even a podium at this point. But we get very close and tight with that corner entrance, and there's a bit of a slamming into a van in front of us, so that's helped us to get right up into this pack. But this Maserati sort of gets in the way and kills all my momentum a bit. But then another traffic car ahead crashes into two of our antagonists here, and now we have to try and block off and do a bit of aggressive defending against these cars. Of course, we're street racers, so I don't think we matter too much about the condition of our car. So, you know, everything's fair and in the metaphorical rules as far as I'm concerned. As we drive past the waterfall, we're into first. Second's starting to get a bit of a bigger gap between us, which is good. And so as we come across basically to this forest lodge thingy, we get across the line with a 5:40 new personal best, and more importantly, the gold awarded to us. So, good job to me. I imagine you'll be able to beat my time quite easily with this one. But yeah, since we just got a new car, it's not looking very likely that we'll get another one. So we go on to the next event, which is the Porsche Patrol Hot Pursuit event. So as you can probably guess, we have to use a Porsche in this one, but this is the first rapid deployment event, so we are able to use the Porsche Panamera, and there are a few other Porsches that we could have used had we had them unlocked, but we don't, so we have to use the Panamera Turbo, which, to be honest, I think is quite a cool looking police car. But sunny conditions, 6 PM, 4 roadblocks, 6 EMPs, 6 busts are required. Let's head on down to the event.
All units, we have a high priority situation on Cascade Terrace.
That we do, ladies. We only have about 11.5 miles to try and catch up to them and beat them, as a few of them go into the house shortcut there, crash a little bit, and just keeping within distance of this fella, we try and deploy a roadblock, and we also about to deploy an EMP on him. There we go, and it should be quite an easy and successful one. As we slow it down there, you can see the new roadblock in place with the Porsche, I think it was, what did they say, Panameras or something? I can't remember. But you know, the new Porsche roadblocks, which are supposed to be stronger and seem to have less gaps in between them, as the guy in first there is having a traffic collision, so that slowed him down a bit. But most of the fellas are behind, and unfortunately we don't have any spike strips, so we just sort of have to wait for them to come alongside, and then as we demonstrate here, just slam into them, do a pit maneuver, and over he goes. And we also get a slight collision onto that fella, but no damage was properly done. As we deploy a roadblock here, so I decide to slow down and let some of the others pass, because otherwise what's the point, because we're not going to be able to actually act on the roadblock. And then I wanted to try and target my EMP on second, but it ended up going onto the guy in first, which wasn't very good because he was able to get away, and I imagine probably even the guy in second could have probably escaped that. So we missed that EMP. That's a bit annoying that it targeted the wrong person, but probably didn't matter in the end, and we still have plenty of EMPs left if we need them. But we got the car in fourth here that's smoking a bit, so I thought I could maybe take him out. As he hits a traffic car, he narrowly misses me, So he's escaped death there as we deploy yet another roadblock ahead of us. And both of the cars did hit it, but we weren't really able to act on it too much until we were finally able to close up and hit the yellow Chevy there. And then we take out this Porsche Spider here as well. So apparently that's our 50th ticket today, which is pretty impressive. And then we've got this Audi R8 Spider, I believe. And so I tried to deploy an EMP on him, but ended up not needing it. We just needed to give him a bit of grunt force. So yeah, the EMP doesn't lock onto anything. Again, we have plenty of them, so I'm not too fussed about it. But as we look at the mini-map, you can see he's taking the shortcut. So I waited until he'd taken it before I deployed my roadblock ahead of us, because otherwise he could avoid it by going into a shortcut. He doesn't avoid it. In fact, he crashed into it, and we go slamming into him like a blimmin' jet missile, kamikaze diving, and that is us with 2 minutes 44.42 and a distinction award because we got all the busts as our car was weirdly placed on top of that other Porsche and eventually sorted itself out. But yeah, there you go. So it's looking good, but we're gonna get yet another equipment upgrade in this episode, which is quite nice. And we also are gonna get another car as well, because we passed a little wedge there. But yeah, I can confirm the equipment upgrade is on the EMP to level 2, so let's have the fellow explain it.
Engineering the future of speed enforcement. Using an explosively pumped flux compression generator to fire military-grade electromagnetic blasts 2 times faster than currently deployed technology. This unit is taking our existing NNEMP generator technology to the next level.
Well, that's sweet and all good stuff then, but he hasn't really explained how he's helped it, I don't think. So we're just going to have to test that one out. But yeah, we get the Ford GT anyway for the a higher tier of series that we'll be unlocking later. But not in today's episode, I'm afraid. But the last event that we're going to do today is a new one, and that is a gauntlet event called Empower. So gauntlet events, if you don't know and you never played this game and you never came across them or whatever, gauntlet events are time trials, as we have to use the BMW M3 in red there. But they're pretty much time trials. As you can see, we have to get 2 minutes 55 for the par time, and we also have 3 spike strips on a 7.3 mile track. Yeah, gauntlets are time trials where there are police following you, so that is why we're equipped with 3 spike strips, so that we can use them to try and defend ourselves. So you have to try and get a good balance of either thinking, do I want to try and go fast through here, or do I want to try and take out the cops so that they're not badgering me and constantly knocking me about and potentially even taking me out. As we get to see our antagonist here, the Ford GT 500, as we have 2 of them chasing us, and well, we come around this corner and crash into a traffic car, which ended up being quite an important collision throughout this entire event. But yeah, these are the only 2 cop cars that arrive in this event as we speed it up. So it was good intel on this run as we deploy a spike strip. It does hit, but then we get spawned quite weirdly and just slam into this wall, and I was trying to get away from it and ended up slamming into a different wall. So yeah, not the best, as we keep getting badgered by this cop car. It keeps slamming into us, slowing us down constantly. We've already spent 1 minute and 11 seconds, and we've got both of these cop cars all over us. But it seems that taking shortcuts is a good strategy because they can't follow you into the shortcuts, at least at this sort of tier. But you can see that as we sped it up here, I'm still getting slammed into and almost boxed in by these 2, and then they end up slamming me into a traffic car. And yeah, it's looking less and less likely that we're going to be able to get across the line in time, because we just have 1 minute left and we still have 3 miles. But we deploy a spike strip at least to stop that fella from attacking us, at least for the moment. But as you can see, his buddy is just all over the back of me, and this constant just slamming has allowed him to catch right back up. So we speed it up again a bit, and then we deploy a spike strip again. This time it wrecks that cop, and it also hits the other one into the barrier, but he sort of just seems to ignore that and is able to start catching up to us a bit as we once again speed it along. We've only got 1.6 miles to go, and there's still basically not enough time as we do take out that cop to try and help our chances, but we slam into the fence there because of the weird spawn once again, and there you go, there goes the gold time. So I just wanted to see what sort of time we'd be looking at if I were to complete this event as we sped it up there. And as you can see, it's going to be a bronze basically, so I was like, nope, we're not doing that, we're going to restart and go again. So yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying this slightly longer episode, because I have seen it's run over 20 minutes and it's about 25 minutes. So yeah, we speed it up again a little bit just to get back to the more interesting part, which is where the cops start to show up. There you go, there's the Ford Shelby GT500 again. And there's another one there. So yeah, now we're equipped with the intel of that traffic car being there, and also equipped with the intel that we know that there's only 2 cop cars that ever spawn in this event. Now we know that we can just basically try and get away, make a gap, don't crash too much, take shortcuts because they can't follow you in the shortcuts. They can call out all they like, but they can't follow us in there. And so as you can see, we've already built a pretty nice gap to them, and as soon as they start to get close, as we come through this corner, we just take this shortcut and we gain a bunch of time on them again. So I'm going to fast forward it a bit here because yeah, the strategy seemed to work. They just couldn't catch me for pretty much, like, you know, a good half of the event, maybe 3/4 of the event even. So we're made up like way better time than we did before. At this point we were about probably like 2 minutes 20 maybe into the event. So yeah, pretty good going as we deploy a spike strip there to take out that fella for the moment. But we've got this cop car next to us, and I decide, rather than just trying to keep hitting, you know, letting him hit me, as we give a wire auto kind of move, we end up taking him out. Rolled up our sleeves there, gives them a bit of the fisticuffs, and then gave a 1-2 knockout, and that was that cop car done for. And as the other one gets a bit close, we decide to deploy a spike strip, which is actually enough to wreck the cop as well. So we've made good time here. We're 2 minutes 30. At this point we had already lost the gold. So there you go, you can see the first run was an example of a bad run. The second example was a much better run because we didn't have the cops interfering and smashing into us as much. We're able to deal with them, and yeah, across the line we just deploy a cheeky spike strip which disappears into thin air, and we get the 2 minutes 44.94, which is required to get the gold award. We also are going to get 3 new rewards, which is pretty cool. So we will have a look at what they are in due course. But yeah, overall a good first Gauntlet event as we get a new series available. So we got the rapid deployment last episode. There's copyright music, hopefully YouTube doesn't hear it. We got the rapid deployment last episode. In this episode we have in fact unlocked these super events, which are now available to us. So that is all good as well, and we get an equipment upgrade of level 2 spike strip. Let's have Lily explain it to us.
Hudson Tech, cutting-edge aftermarket automotive technology. Introducing the Shredder, the second-generation trunk-mounted and vehicle-deployed tire deflation device. 50% wider, 30% longer, no moving parts. Deployed in less than 5 seconds.
So I suppose, yes, we did already have the level 2 spike strip on the police side of things. It's just, yeah, now we've got it on the racer side, so that's good. And we also get the 911 Targa 4S, which we got on the cop side already as well. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you did enjoy it, hopefully you'll leave a like, a subscribe if you enjoy all my content, comment anything you enjoy below, give me some constructive criticism. But yeah, until then, this has been Chief Dog 74. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.